G'day guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, as you can see behind me, I've got the brand new copy of FIFA 19. Well, I mean, it's not actually FIFA 19, it's the FIFA 19 beta. So yeah, anyone clicking on this video that thought I was playing like the genuine actual FIFA 19, you've been clickbaited! But anyway, some of you all know I did a giveaway on Twitter, basically giving away my beta code of the game. However, my friend Josh also got a beta code, and he very kindly let me use his account to make this video. Now, firstly, I'd just like to say EA do actually have a policy on, oh, I don't know how strict it is, but they have a policy on basically content sharing, like sharing anything that they have on the beta. So as far as I'm aware, if I actually try to play a game and show you gameplay of, you know, like me playing an actual game on this, I'm pretty sure my YouTube channel will be striked for one. And the game from, well, not from me, but from Josh would be just completely taken away. But I'm pretty sure there's no harm in me showing a couple of screenshots for example, new features. So I'm just going to have flash up on screen real quick, just a screenshot from the new kickoff mode. So basically on kickoff, it's now not as boring as what it's always been on FIFA. They're kind of bringing kickoff as like an online feature. Essentially what I mean by that is FIFA is going to keep track of everybody's, or like all of your friends, sort of like online, well, sort of stats, you know, like their possession, their shot conversion, the goals they've scored on kickoff. I'm pretty sure as well you will be able to play each other on kickoff, sort of like online. And they're bringing a fair few new game modes to the actual game as well, and it seems like they're kind of going along the FIFA Street lines, but I guess just not FIFA Street. And what I mean by this is there's a brand new game mode called House Rules, and that's where you ultimately decide the rules of the game. Inside House Rules there's a number of different game modes. Firstly, we have a long shots, which is essentially a game mode where any goal scored outside of the box count for 2 goals, and then any goals inside the box count for 1. There's then survival, whereby every time you score a goal, a player randomly selected by the game from your team is ejected from the game, leaving you with less and less players each time you score, which is kind of like what they had in FIFA Street, whereby it was like the 5v5, and every time one player scored, they'd be ejected from the game. There's then a headers and volleys game mode. Now this, I've had a lot of fun on this so far. Basically, you can only score headers and volleys in the game. If you score any other kind of goal, it's disallowed. Apart from free kicks or penalties, they are allowed. And they'll just count as normal goals. Then you have your classic first 2 games, so you can actually just set, you know, the game can go on for as long as you want, and you can actually just set a score limit for the game, so for example first to 5, first to 10, etc, etc. And then finally the last game mode, which is, I've not actually played this game mode yet, but it seems like it's probably the most exciting one, and that is no rules. No offsides, no fouls, no red cards, no yellow cards, no free kicks. You know, literally anything goes. And I'm pretty confident by what it said to me on the game, like in the text, that you will be able to play these game modes against your friends. But I'm not so sure if you'll actually be able to play them online. I'm pretty sure it's more of like an online friendlies kind of thing. So that's just some cool, exciting features coming to kickoff, and I'm guessing online friendlies, which, you know, like I guess a lot of people can have fun with. They're considered 2 game modes that are kind of a bit dead. No one really plays them as much as, you know, your ultimate teams and your career modes and whatever else. Next up, as you can see behind me, is Pro Clubs, and for any Pro Club fans out there, I'm really sorry, but you're going to be hugely disappointed as EA haven't changed anything on Pro Clubs. Now, I don't think this could come as a huge shock, as Pro Clubs is probably their least popular game mode, so you know it's going to be the one they work on the least. They're obviously going to pay more attention to game modes like Ultimate Team, where 1, they're actually earning money off the back of their customers, and 2, you know, like mentioned, it's the most popular game mode. So yeah, bad news for Pro Clubs fans. It seems like the only things that they have changed is kit designs, hairstyles, and like a couple of little features on your Pro that literally is pretty much nothing essentially. Like I said, hairstyles. That's basically it. Now moving on to gameplay, and I guess this is kind of like my feedback to EA from what I thought of the game so far. Now I know EA end up changing the gameplay every year anyway, so it always reverts back to over the top through balls are just OP as shit, and the game becomes very slow paced and buggy and glitchy, and you know, the same as always. You know, it happens every year on FIFA. But I must say the gameplay this year, especially compared to last year, I hated the FIFA 18 gameplay. I thought it was really bad. this year the gameplay feels amazing. Like, seriously sick. It's really fast paced, free flowing football and feels a little bit like just a high definition PES, to be honest. I've always thought PES's gameplay was slightly better in some aspects, and FIFA has kind of gone down that road of it feels very silky, very smooth to knock the ball about. And as well, this is the year EA have actually kind of turned it up a bit when it comes to defenders and players that I guess kind of like your more like defensive midfielders as well. Basically with the new RS dribbling which EA have like implanted into the game, whereby you can hold RS and flick RS and actually press RS. Players will actually do sort of fancy flicks and sort of skilled dribbling, and even defenders and your goalkeepers and you sort of more defensive minded players can do that. They actually feel like they are capable of dribbling a football rather than just feeling stale, which obviously on past FIFAs, you know, like centre backs haven't been able to do, you know, little fancy flicks and things like that, which obviously they are capable of doing in real life. And then I'll just show a quick glimpse of like the tactics page, which is like the formation, things like that. So this goes really in depth, and this is something like I guess a lot of people that play FIFA have wanted for a really long time. So down on your custom tactics, where you can obviously play park the bus, ultra defensive, defensive, balanced, attacking, ultra attacking and all out attack, you can now customize all of those different things. What I mean by that is you'll be able to see it on screen slightly. For each sort of setting, you'll be able to choose your own formation, pick where the players go for that formation, pick whether you want to play high press, counter attack, reducing the tempo of the game, whether you want to play possession. You know, you get the idea. Like, all the tactics are very, very in-depth, very detailed, and I feel like because of this, FIFA 19 could be more skill-based than any other FIFA has been before. Like, obviously a lot of past FIFAs, you know, even in things like the Weekend League, games have ultimately come down to look quite a lot of the time. I think by EA adding this feature, it kind of obviously doesn't take away the element of look, but it does bring in a way where the more skilled players will be able to recognize, you know, maybe how they can win a game or what they can do differently to win a game, change their tactics, and then they're away. Now, there's no point me going into player ratings or anything like that, as EA have said, you know, they're not confirmed. So there's no point me talking about them, as they're probably not going to be right, and I'm guessing the majority are going to be changed anyway. When I am able to get access to the Ultimate Team feature, I'll make another video and I guess give an explanation on what I find in that. But yeah, that was kind of like my feedback to EA, and I guess an insight for other people that haven't had a chance to play the game yet. Basically, what's new, what's not new, what's good, what's crap. And yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below if you're new, or just haven't subscribed already. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your